Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Coloring Comics. I will be coloring John Buscema's Conan the Barbarian. As you can see, I made some progress. These are some of the other panels where the work is a little bit more sloppy. This is like the experimental pages, so some of them weren't too bad. Just showing you guys progress over time. Unfortunately, little details that are very important got covered. Still a learning process. These two are my proud pages that came out pretty good. And today I will be working on this panel right here and probably another one, depending on how quickly this moves. I believe that panel might not be as loaded with colors. Let's take a look and see where it is. There it is. Here is the original, and I already see a mistake, a big mistake, which is the horse. The horse's head is not tilted. It's pretty straightforward. Bummer there. It turned out okay. I'm not unsatisfied with the horse itself. Just that I didn't notice this little tidbit. Anyways, we'll be doing that. And moving on to another panel. Gonna get out the zero brush. Is this the zero brush? Seems to be the one that I favor, just because there isn't really that much area that needs to be covered. But in this case, the sky is a yellowish tint, so I will be doing that with this bigger brush, which is 7. Just to move things quickly, I would like to do more panels. The entire point of this, or not the entire, but one of the biggest reasons why I'm choosing to do it with this is to get better and faster at coloring traditionally. Focus less on producing original content at the moment, and focus more on just speeding up with the brushes, speeding up with the watercolor technique, but as well as learning a lot of other things. I mean, his work is fantastic. There's so much to learn from him. Just looking at the horse itself, like, I think it's how he fleshed out certain parts, gave it definition with the feathering technique. That's great. It's beautiful. And it looks real, like it gives this like realistic vibe to it, which I enjoy. So not only is he good with people, drawing people and the anatomy and face expressions, he's also great with animals. It's a great drawing. All right, let's jump into it. Squeeze some water to revitalize these paints. They're mixing as well. I'm kind of debating on whether I should just look up videos to get better ideas of like how to speed things up, or just like tips on how to improve watercolor. And then the other part of me is like, don't, you know, just enjoy discovering. And that is something that I love doing. Not having to refer to these videos and such. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't think there's anything bad about doing that. In fact, I encourage most of you to do it. It'll save you a lot of time. I think it's just a personal preference for me. I really do like the discovery. Having that moment of being like, that's it. This is how you do it. This is how you maintain the opaqueness of the colors. I have seen some examples on Instagram accounts of people doing watercolor, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they're using the right kind of paper. I'm gonna say paper has a big role. In like the technique, the outcome, all that stuff. Because for me, I'm like fighting against the paper. Like I'm like, oh no, I better spread this around quickly before the paper starts crinkling, or it seeps too much of the color in. Whoa, like, that's not good. Rack to the rescue here. Too dark. Let's see if we could borrow it. Spread it around. There you go. That's the color that I'm looking for. I think that's the most time-consuming part of it all, is like the mixing colors part. I guess the fastest way to speed the process up would be to listen to the technique I was talking about before when it came to like old school coloring techniques where they were using like acetate paper and mixing the colors, you know, having vials of these colors, because it's not, it's using like primary colors for the most part. Now I did screw up with the horse, and I covered its beautiful spot, the nose. Hopefully this will do. Might have to use a lot of white. water. And most likely have to revisit it when it all dries. Patience. Have to wait for it to dry. On the tip of the nose, it turned out to be alright. Maybe a little rag work. Can a little rag work too? I think so. Straight up color on there. No mixing. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid the hairiness of the paper. Because I keep going over it, or I put more water on it, it gets hairy and starts collecting on the brush. I just don't like that. It seems like I've done already some blue work here. Either that or it's the pencil. And I think it is the latter. Too much. Too much. Let's bring this into the light. What's that blue on his hat? That looks like a turquoise. Doesn't look like a cobalt blue. So I'm gonna have to change things up. Because the colors are pretty pale as it is. A smidge of it. I'm telling you guys, the thing with these watercolors, I don't know if it's just how I'm working right now, but just a tiny bit goes a long way with these watercolors. And I'm gonna leave for now so that I could get more done with the panel quickly. I'm gonna leave the face for last. I did do a little research. I did cheat. I looked up what colors you can mix to get red. And you already have to have like magenta, which is like a red hue. So you mix magenta with yellow. And you got yourself a red. We're going to try that out right now. And see what kind of results we get here. It's looking good. I'll say that. Say more yellow. And I do see a mistake that the colorists made. Or is that his neck? See, I thought that right between like the ear and the hair, that part is like still red. I'm trying to see where else. Yeah, like it looks like that area would be red as well based on other panels. But it's showing up as skin color. Anyways, I'm gonna be a rebel here and keep it red. Maybe I'm the one who's fudging things now. Oh, too much blue. Let's transfer it over. And I think I'm gonna just go for the background. To be honest, I'm okay with how it came out here, even though in the original it's a lot lighter. We're gonna mix this yellow in with the water, see how that works out, because I did see that as a technique where it's just like the water is just yellow. The person dips into it. I think it's too much water. Let's see if we add the rest of these. Make it darker. I'm trying to see if I could fit the mixing process in the screen. It does work better in terms of spreading the color around faster. Trying to see if maybe I work in layers with this. If that does anything. Just experimenting. It is a different result. I have to play with that some more actually and see what that's like. Getting hairy. Getting hairy. It's like warping the paper a little bit. Oh, bummer. But the background came out all right. I'm pretty happy with that. And now we are going to go into the danger zone. The flesh color. Can I nail it? No. That's so red. So orange, rather. So white doing its thing, just washing down the colors. Washing down the blacks. Which I want to maintain. I don't want them covered. It's not too far away from the original. Maybe this will do it. Maybe this is it. I'm not displeased. Do a little comparison, bring it into the light. Yeah, it's close. It's pretty close. Though the face expression on my guy is less angry. Could be because the white covered up some of the black lines. Could be. But I will go back to it because I still have to. In fact, I'm going to give it a test right now because it dried a little bit. Yeah, that's alright. Uh-oh. Bleeding. Not good. We're gonna have to explore this mixed water palette, because it did pretty good, actually. Like, it seems pretty solid. And the good news is we're done with this panel. It. That was it. Maybe add a little bit of this brown on the hair. Just a smidge. Oh, look at that. So dark. That's good enough. Alright. Good news. Might be able to do 2 at the same time. I'm gonna have to revisit it though. That bleeding sucks. Don't like it. But moving on. Moving on to this scene. I do really like this scene. And this was very tough too. The angle of the horse was challenging. I remember when I was doing this panel. It just didn't look right. So just like the last one, I'm gonna start out with the background. Oh, bummer. Didn't clean the brush. I can say today I learned to mix the water with the color so that I get the same consistency in terms of tone when I use it. Gonna dab a little blue in there. We gotta mix some orange. So I'm gonna do a little test. I'm gonna do another palette with primarily water and try to mix in like orange in there, because that's what we're playing with right now. Let's just say it's nowhere near to mix a whole lot more red in there. It looks like that orange has a bit of this like brown in there. I'm gonna add and see what happens. Please don't start getting hairy paper. Play nice. That's like a yellowish brown. Oof. No, no, no. Bad call on that. Just gonna have to play with it. close, but no cigar, man. Still wrestling with the color. It's kind of changing as I go through. And the pages. No bueno. I think it's more like this, actually. Getting closer. Problem is, once I get close to the actual color, I'm like, wait, which ones did I mix? Or like, how much of each did I use? Because I'm experimenting and not actually. Nice gradient of orange. Might be cleanup time after this session. No. Where are you, Gray? You're gonna need some gray. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Gonna leave it alone. The terrain. I'm not happy with it. I'll say that. Could have done better. Instead, I'm gonna work on layers. It does make the panel a little interesting. I don't know, maybe I'm just trying to make excuses for bad mixing. We're going to try to mix some blue and red for purple. Trying to see what kind of consistency I can get with this mixing technique. I'm glad I'm able to nail the purple. And the bottom half is more bluish. It's like a blue bordering a purple. Let's see if I can nail it. Close. It's not bad, actually. Maintained opacity, check. Color mixing, check. Getting some good results there. sloppy. Not good. It looks like I did finish 2 panels within the stream, so that's a good note. And mixing magenta with yellow is also, today I learned scenario. I never actually thought about it before. When it came to red, I was just like, well, I would have like the color for oils. I never really thought about mixing it. It's cool to know that magenta and yellow will get you that result. We get it. Yeah, we could actually. It does look like it. Just gonna see if I could just get away with orchard. Maybe like a hint of red. Looks about right. Let's see if we can get the saddle right. It's not looking good. It's a little too orange. I'm not a fan of the pants bleeding into the saddle. Kind of want to give it a little bit of a different tone. Can't tell if I'm in that stage where I'm falling in love with my own work and I'm like, oh, this looks alright, this looks alright, but really, it's not looking alright at all. Because I'm not too unsatisfied with this panel. Like, I'm happy with how that arm came out again. Colors kind of look nice. See a little mistake. Forgot to fill in the background in this little area. And it's breaking up the image. So orchard did well. Just with some magenta maybe. And some white. Close. Pretty good. It's not too bad, actually. Like, I kind of like how this came out right here, this area. Could have done better on the shadows. It is a little bit sloppy in areas. But unfortunately, guys, we have run out of time. So I'm gonna have to cut the stream short. Not short, actually, it's over our time. But I will be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoy this and you want to see more, you want to support the stream. You'll get notification when I'm going live. You can also check out the other social media where I'm posting regularly, the times that I'm going live. Times might change in the future, but for this week, I'm pretty sure it's just going to stay the same. But, you know, I will be updating Twitter. I will be doing text updates on that social media platform, so tune in to stay up to date. And see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, y'all.